Welcome to our channel History of Coins, where we explore the hidden gems of numismatics. In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of U.S. state quarter-dollar coins, as some of these coins are rare and can make you rich overnight. In this video, we are gonna uncover the rarest coins and their values. So make sure to watch the complete video and find out if you have one of these. Now let's continue our today's video. Top 1 today. We're diving into one of the most fascinating pieces from the U.S. State Quarter program, the Kentucky State Quarter from 2001. At first glance, it may look like just another coin you'd find in your pocket change, but this quarter holds secrets that can make collectors' hearts race. So sit back, listen carefully, and let's explore why this coin has become a must-know for anyone passionate about rare and valuable coins. The Kentucky Quarter was released in 2001 as part of the 50 State Quarters series, one of the most popular and ambitious coin programs in U.S. history. Each state got its own design, celebrating what makes it unique, and Kentucky chose to showcase something deeply tied to its identity: horses. If you look at the reverse side of the coin, you'll see a striking image of a racehorse standing behind a wooden fence, gazing out toward Federal Hill. Federal Hill is the historic mansion that inspired the song "My Old Kentucky Home," which has become an anthem of the state. The horse itself symbolizes Kentucky's world-famous horse racing tradition and thoroughbred breeding industry. For collectors, the combination of rich symbolism, cultural pride, and detailed engraving makes this design truly stand out. On the obverse, like all quarters from the series, you'll find the portrait of George Washington, which has been a standard on quarters since 1932. But when we talk about rarity, we're not just looking at the design. We need to look deeper into how these coins were struck, the errors that happened along the way, and how well the coin has survived over time. The Kentucky Quarter had a large mintage. Hundreds of millions were produced, so at first thought, you might assume they're all common. But here's the twist. Not every coin that comes out of the U.S. Mint is perfect. In fact, sometimes tiny mistakes occur during the minting process, and those mistakes can turn an ordinary coin into an extraordinary one. Collectors call these mint errors, and they are what can take the Kentucky Quarter from pocket change to a piece worth thousands. Some of the most valuable Kentucky State Quarters are those struck on the wrong planchet. Imagine a quarter accidentally minted on a blank mint for a dime or nickel. The result is a coin with the Kentucky design, but in the wrong size or metal composition. These errors are extremely rare, and collectors compete fiercely to add them to their collections. Another type of error is a double die, where parts of the design, such as the lettering or details of the horse, appear doubled. Under magnification, this error is easy to spot and is one of the most exciting finds for sharp-eyed collectors. Off-center strikes are another variety to look for. These occur when the coin blank is misaligned during striking, leaving the design shifted to one side with part of the coin blank showing. The more dramatic the off-center strike, the rarer and more valuable the coin becomes. There are also errors involving clipped planchets, die cracks, and even coins struck with missing details due to grease-filled dies. Each of these mistakes adds character and uniqueness, and in the world of coin collecting, uniqueness equals value. Condition is just as important as rarity. Most Kentucky Quarters circulated heavily after release, ending up scratched, worn down, and damaged. But finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition can make a huge difference. Professional grading services evaluate coins on a scale, and those that achieve the highest grades, especially mint state 67 or higher, are incredibly scarce. Collectors will pay a premium for such coins, as they represent the best preserved examples of history. Now, let's bring this all together. You have a coin that represents Kentucky's proud heritage, part of a groundbreaking series loved by collectors. Add to that the chance of rare mint errors, low survival rates and high grades, and the growing demand for coins from the State Quarter program, and you have the recipe for something truly special. And here's the part you've been waiting for. Believe it or not, one of these 2001 Kentucky State Quarters, when found in spectacular uncirculated condition and combined with a rare error, has been valued at an astonishing $86,000. Yes, you heard that right. $86,000 for a single state quarter. So next time you're checking your change or sorting through an old coin jar, take a close look at those Kentucky quarters. You never know, you might just be holding a hidden treasure worth far more than 25 cents. Top 2, we are diving deep into the fascinating story of the United States of America state quarter dollar from Mississippi, released in 2002. At first glance, it might look like just another quarter from your pocket change. But what lies behind this coin is a mixture of culture, symbolism, and hidden value that makes it one of the most exciting coins for collectors to chase. So listen carefully, because every detail could mean the difference between an ordinary coin and one that is truly extraordinary. The Mississippi quarter is part of the famous 50 state quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008 and became one of the most successful coin series in U.S. history. Each state was honored with its own design, telling a story about its identity, culture, and contribution to the nation. Mississippi, known as the Magnolia State, chose to feature the magnolia blossom, its official state flower, on the reverse side of the coin. The design is simple yet elegant, showing two magnolia blossoms in full bloom, capturing the natural beauty that Mississippi is so proud of. The blossoms symbolize hospitality, grace, and the rich landscapes of the South. For collectors, this design has always stood out as one of the most beautiful in the entire series. On the obverse of the coin, as with all quarters in the program, is the familiar portrait of George Washington, originally designed by John Flanagan and slightly modified for the state quarters. But while the design may look ordinary, the real magic lies in the minting process and what makes certain Mississippi quarters far more valuable than others. You see, the United States Mint produced hundreds of millions of these quarters in 2002, and most of them entered circulation immediately. That means the vast majority have been handled, spent, and worn down, losing their luster and sharpness. For coin collectors, condition is everything. A coin that has been preserved in pristine, uncirculated condition is dramatically more valuable than one that has passed through countless hands. This is where the first layer of rarity appears. Finding a Mississippi quarter from 2002 that looks just as fresh as the day it left the mint is no easy task. But condition is just the beginning. What really excites collectors are mint errors and unique varieties that make a coin stand out from the millions of others. Some of the most valuable Mississippi state quarters are those struck on the wrong planchet, meaning the blank metal disc was intended for a different coin. Imagine a quarter design appearing on a nickel or dime-sized blank. Suddenly, you have a one-of-a-kind mistake that collectors will pay a fortune to own. Another sought-after error is the double die. This occurs when the coin's design is struck twice but slightly misaligned, causing details like the lettering or parts of the magnolia blossoms to appear doubled. Under magnification, this error is easy to spot and instantly turns an ordinary coin into a rare treasure. There are also off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing because the blank wasn't lined up properly during minting. The more dramatic the off-center appearance, the rarer and more valuable the coin becomes. Die cracks and cuds are additional varieties that have shown up on some Mississippi quarters. These happen when the dies used to strike the coins begin to break or chip, leaving raised lines or blobs of metal on the finished coin. While these might seem like imperfections, in the world of numismatics, they add uniqueness and collector appeal. What makes the Mississippi quarter especially interesting is that, despite its large production numbers, very few error coins have been reported in high grades. That scarcity drives demand, and when a collector finds one, it often sparks bidding wars at auctions. The combination of rarity, beauty of design, and historical significance from being part of the State Quarter series makes this coin a powerful addition to any collection. Now here's the part you've been waiting for. Imagine discovering one of these Mississippi State Quarters from 2002 in nearly flawless, uncirculated condition, or even better, finding one with a dramatic mint error. The value skyrockets far beyond what most people would expect for a simple quarter. In fact, some examples have been valued as high as $83,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. $83,000 for a coin that many people might overlook as just spare change. That's the magic of coin collecting. The smallest details, the rarest conditions, and the history behind the metal can all come together to transform 25 cents into a life-changing treasure. So the next time you come across a Mississippi quarter, don't just toss it into a coin jar. Take a closer look. Check its condition. Study the details. Who knows? You might just be holding on to something far more valuable than you ever imagined. Top 3, we're diving into the fascinating story of the United States of America state quarter dollar from Arkansas, released in 2005. At first glance, this coin might seem like just another quarter you'd find in your pocket change, but there's much more to it than meets the eye. Collectors know that hidden details, minting errors, and condition can transform a simple 25-cent piece into something truly extraordinary. So listen carefully, because the Arkansas quarter has surprises that could make it one of the most valuable coins in your collection. The Arkansas State Quarter was part of the historic 50 State Quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008. Each design celebrated a different state's heritage, and Arkansas chose a combination of images that perfectly highlight its natural beauty and cultural identity. On the reverse side, you'll find a majestic diamond in the foreground. Why a diamond? Arkansas is home to the only diamond mine in the United States open to the public, Crater of Diamonds State Park, where visitors can actually search for real diamonds. Behind the diamond is a pair of mallard ducks in flight over a body of water, symbolizing Arkansas's rich wildlife and natural landscapes. The design is completed with rice stalks, representing one of the state's most important crops and a cornerstone of its agricultural economy. Altogether, it is a design filled with meaning, linking nature, industry, and the unique treasures of the state. On the obverse side, as with all quarters from the series, is the familiar portrait of George Washington. While the design itself is consistent, the value of this coin doesn't come from its look alone, but from its condition and potential minting errors that make certain pieces incredibly rare. Now let's talk rarity. The United States Mint struck millions of Arkansas quarters in 2005, both from the Philadelphia and Denver mints. Because of this, many people assume the coin is common and in circulated condition. That's true. But finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition is a much bigger challenge. Most coins went straight into circulation and quickly showed wear and tear. Collectors value coins that look as if they just left the mint, and those graded at the highest levels by professional grading services can fetch far higher prices than worn examples. Even more exciting are the mint errors that appeared on some Arkansas state quarters. One of the most dramatic errors is when the coin is struck on the wrong planchet. Imagine the Arkansas design ending up on a blank intended for a dime, nickel, or even a foreign coin. That type of mistake creates an instant rarity worth thousands. Double die errors are another variety to watch for, where parts of the lettering or details of the design appear doubled because the die shifted during striking. These coins are instantly recognizable under magnification and are highly sought after by serious collectors. Off-center strikes are also possible. This happens when the blank coin isn't aligned properly, leaving the design shifted to one side with blank space showing. The more off-center the strike, the rarer and more valuable the coin becomes. Other known errors include die cracks, which show up as raised lines across the surface of the coin, and cuds, which are extra blobs of metal caused by broken dies. While these may seem like imperfections, they actually make the coin unique, and uniqueness is what drives value in numismatics. Another factor is proof versions of the Arkansas quarter, which were struck in special finishes for collectors. While many proof coins are common, certain high-grade examples with exceptional eye appeal are highly prized. A flawless proof coin, or one with a striking error, can command an impressive price. When you combine all these factors, the historical significance of the state quarter program, the meaningful Arkansas design, the challenge of finding coins in perfect condition, and the thrill of rare mint errors, you get a recipe for a coin that stands out in the collecting world. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. If you happen to discover a 2005 Arkansas state quarter in nearly perfect, uncirculated condition, especially one with a rare minting error, its value can reach as high as $80,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. $80,000 for a single quarter. That's the magic of coin collecting. What looks like everyday change can sometimes turn out to be a life-changing treasure. So the next time you come across an Arkansas quarter, don't dismiss it as just spare change. Look closely, examine the details, and check its condition. Who knows? You might be holding on to something worth a fortune. Top 4, we are exploring the story of the United States of America state quarter dollar from Nebraska, released in 2006. At first glance, it may seem like just another quarter from the state quarter program, but for collectors who know what to look for, this coin can turn out to be a truly remarkable find. So listen carefully and enjoy, because what might appear as ordinary change could actually be worth a fortune. The Nebraska quarter was part of the legendary 50-state quarters program, one of the most successful coin series in American history. Each coin honored a state with a unique design that celebrated its heritage. Nebraska chose a scene that reflects both its history and spirit. On the reverse of the coin, you'll see the iconic Chimney Rock rising from the plains, with a covered wagon and oxen moving westward. This image perfectly represents the pioneering era and the westward expansion that shaped the United States. Chimney Rock was a landmark for settlers on the Oregon Trail, a guiding symbol of endurance and hope. For coin collectors, the design tells a story of resilience, progress, and the American frontier. On the obverse side of the coin, as always, is George Washington's portrait, a familiar face on quarters since 1932. But the value of the Nebraska quarter doesn't come from the design alone. It comes from rarity, errors, and the condition of the coin. Millions of Nebraska quarters were minted in 2006 from both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. Because of the large mintage, most examples are common, especially those that circulated heavily. However, the true treasures are the ones that survive in pristine, uncirculated condition. Coins graded at the highest levels, like Mint State 67 or higher, are incredibly scarce and fetch premium prices at auctions. Condition is always key in coin collecting. The closer a coin looks to its day of minting, the more valuable it becomes. But what truly excites collectors are mint errors. The Nebraska quarter, like other coins in the series, has appeared with rare and fascinating mistakes that turn ordinary quarters into unique rarities. Some of the most valuable are off-center strikes, where the design is noticeably shifted to one side, leaving part of the blank coin visible. The more dramatic the shift, the higher the value. Another error to watch for is the double die. This occurs when the die that strikes the design shifts slightly, leaving doubled images on the lettering or details of the covered wagon and oxen. These doubling effects are highly collectible and can dramatically increase the coin's worth. Striking on the wrong planchet is another rare error. Imagine a Nebraska design struck on a blank intended for a dime or foreign coin. Such pieces are incredibly rare and sought after. Other smaller errors include die cracks, where raised lines appear on the coin due to worn or broken dies, and cuts, which are extra blobs of metal caused by damage during striking. While these may look like flaws to the untrained eye, in the collecting world they add character, rarity, and value. Proof versions of the Nebraska quarter also exist, specially made for collectors with sharp details and mirror-like finishes. While most proofs are affordable, flawless examples graded at the top levels, or proofs with unusual errors, are especially desirable. What makes the Nebraska quarter so exciting is the combination of its historical symbolism, the challenge of finding it in superb condition, and the chance of stumbling upon a rare error coin. Collectors love this coin because it represents not just American history, but also the thrill of discovery, proof that even everyday change can hold hidden treasures. And now, the part you've been waiting for. Imagine finding a Nebraska state quarter from 2006 in nearly perfect condition, or one with a rare minting error that sets it apart from the rest. In such cases, this coin has been valued at an incredible $78,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $78,000 for a single Nebraska quarter. It's hard to believe that something so small, worth only 25 cents in everyday transactions, could be worth so much. But that's the magic of coin collecting. History, rarity, and condition can turn an ordinary coin into a life-changing discovery. So the next time you see a Nebraska quarter, don't just toss it aside. Examine it carefully, check its details, and look for errors or pristine condition. You never know. You might be holding a piece of history worth far more than you imagine. Top 5. We're exploring the story of the United States of America state quarter dollar from Arches National Park, released in 2014. This coin is part of the America the Beautiful series, and while millions were minted, certain examples can be worth a fortune. So stay with me until the very end, because this story will open your eyes to just how valuable this modern coin can be. The Arches quarter was the 23rd release in the America the Beautiful program, which began in 2010 and honored national parks and landmarks across the nation. Utah's pride and joy, Arches National Park was chosen to represent the state. The reverse design of the coin features the world-famous Delicate Arch, one of the most recognized natural landmarks in the United States. Behind it, you'll see the La Salle Mountains, creating a breathtaking backdrop. This scene perfectly captures the rugged beauty and timeless majesty of Utah's landscape. For coin collectors, this design is not only beautiful, but also symbolic of the natural wonders that make America unique. On the obverse side, the coin carries the familiar portrait of George Washington, but the significance of the arch's quarter lies far beyond its design. Its value depends on rarity, condition, and minting errors that transform an everyday quarter into something truly special. When the Arches quarter was released in 2014, millions were struck by both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. Because of the large production numbers, most coins went straight into circulation and quickly picked up scratches, dings, and wear from everyday use. Coins like that are common and usually worth only face value. But for collectors, the chase begins with those that survive in pristine condition. A coin graded at the very highest levels, such as mint state 68 or above, is extremely scarce, and when these rare grades show up, the prices can soar far beyond what you might expect for a modern quarter. Now let's talk about mint errors, which are what makes certain Arches quarters even more valuable. One of the most striking errors is an off-center strike. This happens when the blank coin is not properly aligned during striking, leaving the design noticeably shifted with part of the planchet blank. The more dramatic the misalignment, the more collectors are willing to pay. Another type of error is the double die. With this mistake, parts of the design, such as the lettering or details of the Delicate Arch, appear doubled. These coins are fascinating to examine under magnification and are among the most popular types of errors in all of numismatics. Wrong planchet errors are another rarity. Imagine the Arch's design appearing on a blank mint for a dime or nickel. The result is a unique mistake that instantly becomes a collector's prize. There are also errors like die cracks, cuds, or even coins missing certain design details because of grease-filled dies. Each of these variations adds rarity and uniqueness, which drives value upward. Proof versions of the Arches quarter were also produced with mirror-like finishes and sharp details, intended for collectors. While many proof coins are relatively common, perfect examples or proofs with errors are highly sought after and can sell for significant sums. What makes this coin so attractive to collectors is the combination of its modern release, its stunning design that connects directly to America's natural heritage, and the excitement of rare mint errors. Even though it's a recent coin, examples in top condition or with unique mistakes are already commanding big prices on the market, and as time goes on, these coins will only become harder to find. Now, here's the part you've been waiting for. Imagine discovering a 2014 Arches National Park quarter in nearly flawless, uncirculated condition, or even better, one with a dramatic error that sets it apart from the rest. Such a coin has been valued at an astonishing $76,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $76,000 for a single quarter. That's the incredible magic of coin collecting. A piece of change that most people overlook can turn out to be a life-changing treasure. So the next time you come across an Arches quarter, don't just toss it into your coin jar. Take a closer look at the details, check its condition, and see if you can spot any errors. You never know, you might just be holding something worth far more than 25 cents. Thank you for watching and joining me on this journey into the story of the Arches quarter. If you enjoyed this video and want to discover more rare and valuable coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss future discoveries. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and always remember, every coin tells a story, and some stories are worth a fortune.